Have you ever wondered how much your diet could impact your kidney health? It's a question that many may not consider, but the reality is that what we consume can significantly affect the well-being of these vital organs. Welcome to nutrition.com. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe for more. The second part of this video about the foods to eat in kidney diseases will be coming up next on the channel. In this video we will discuss the following points: minerals that have to be limited in kidney diseases including sodium, potassium and phosphorus, limiting protein intake, foods that contain sodium, potassium and phosphorus. Let's start from the function of kidneys. Kidneys are like the body's natural filtration system, working tirelessly to remove toxins and excess fluids from our bodies. However, just as a water filter can become clogged with impurities, our kidneys can also struggle under the burden of an unhealthy diet, leading to a variety of kidney diseases. So, what exactly constitutes an unhealthy diet when it comes to kidney health? Renal disease, chronic kidney disease, renal failure or kidney failure describes a loss of kidney function. When this happens, the kidneys cannot carry out their main function of filtering out wastes and fluids from the blood. People with failing kidneys must follow a renal diet that is designed to control the intake of fluids, sodium, phosphorus, potassium and protein depending on the individual conditions. It's important to limit those high in the minerals that your kidneys can no longer remove from your body. This includes foods high in sodium and, in later stages, phosphorus and potassium. Your dietary needs will change as kidney disease progresses. What's best for you should be determined by your healthcare team. Let's start with sodium. Sodium is a mineral that is naturally present in many foods. When you add table salt to your food, you are adding sodium. On to potassium. Kidney disease can cause potassium levels that are either too high or too low. When your levels are too high, your healthcare provider may advise you to cut back on foods that are high in potassium. When they're too low, you may need to increase your intake of these foods. Lastly, phosphorus. High phosphorus levels can lead to low levels of calcium in your bones, which can make them weak. They can also cause calcium to build up in other parts of your body, such as your blood vessels, your lungs, and your heart. Your dietary needs will be different depending on which stage of kidney disease you are in. In the early stages, for example, you will need to limit sodium. In later stages, you may also need to limit phosphorus and/or potassium to keep your blood levels in the normal ranges. Protein is needed for growth and repair of all parts of the body. It comes from the food you eat. When the body digests the protein, a waste product called urea is produced. If kidneys are not working well, urea can build up in the bloodstream. Eating a low-protein diet will reduce the workload on the kidneys so the remaining healthy part of the kidney does not have to work so hard. Proteins are made up of essential amino acids, which are the building blocks of the body's cells. Foods that contain all essential amino acids, required by humans, are considered to be of high biological value. High biological value foods include meat, poultry, cheese, soya beans, milk, quinoa, eggs, fish, yogurt. Low biological value foods include peas, beans, nuts, lentils, rice, oats, barley, bread and pasta. While one type of low biological value food cannot provide enough protein, consuming certain LBV foods together can complement each other to provide enough essential amino acids. For kidney diseases, it is recommended to eat more low biological value foods but in moderation. Eating large portions can overwork the kidneys, but if a patient is on dialysis, then protein requirements significantly increases. For kidney function, a balance of sodium and potassium is needed. Your body removes excess water by filtering your blood through your kidney. This requires a balance of sodium and potassium in the body to pull the water across the wall from the bloodstream into a collecting channel in the kidney. A high-salt diet will alter this sodium balance, causing the kidneys to have reduced function and remove less water, resulting in higher blood pressure. This puts strain on the kidneys and can lead to kidney disease. In addition, a high salt intake has been shown to increase the amount of protein in the urine, which is a major risk factor for a decline in kidney function. There is also increasing evidence that a high salt intake may increase deterioration of kidney disease in people already suffering from kidney problems. People with or considered at risk of kidney disease or kidney failure should ensure that they keep their salt intake below the recommended maximum of 6 grams. This can be achieved by simple changes, such as consuming less processed foods and checking product labels before purchase. Regardless of which stage of kidney disease you've been diagnosed with, it's important to make changes to your diet to help slow the progression of your disease and improve your overall health and well-being. High potassium foods you need to avoid if you have high levels of potassium. All foods contain potassium, but some foods contain higher amounts than others. High potassium foods include banana, avocado, peas and dried beans. Tomatoes, tomato juice, tomato purees, oranges, winter squash and cantaloupe. Dried fruits, milk, chocolates, nuts, prunes and potato. Next is limiting phosphorus. Phosphorus is found in most foods. However, large amounts of it are present in dairy products, cheese, milk, pudding, ice cream and yogurt, protein sources like oysters, sardines, chicken and beef liver. Beverages like colas, coca, ale and beer. Whole grains especially bran, nuts, seeds, lentils and beans. Limiting these foods high in phosphorus will help to keep phosphorus levels in check. Moving on to limiting sodium. Most of the sodium that we eat comes from cured and processed foods. Following for kidney diseases: table salt and any salt seasonings, salt substitutes, salty or smoked meats, salty snacks, canned soups, mustard, ketchup, packaged foods and restaurant foods. In conclusion, if you have chronic kidney disease, lowering sodium intake can help prevent or delay health problems associated with kidney disease. You may also need to adjust your phosphorus and potassium intake to keep those levels in the ideal range. It's important to note that there is no one-size-fits-all diet for every person with chronic kidney disease. To get a customized meal plan, speak with your nephrologist, kidney specialist, or dietitian, who can tell you what foods you can eat based on your labs and kidney function. Following a kidney-friendly diet can feel restrictive at times. The good news is, working closely with a registered dietitian can help you customize your meal plan based on your individual preferences and lifestyle. Hope you found the video informative. Stay tuned for the second part of this video, where we will be sharing about the foods to eat in renal disease.